Hello. I got a whole bunch of CDs to update, so this is probably gonna be like 3 videos of so much of the stacks I've got. Because take a look at the glimpse right here, and that's still not. That's only 25% of it. I have a whole bunch of them awaiting updates. Hold on, I have a whole basket right here. A little hard with little room, but look here. I'm gonna save it for a different video. Just focus on the ones that need the updates now. Next, we got Flotsam. First, we got Flotsam Jetsam and Jetsam Doomsday for the Deceiver. This a very beautiful classic. From 1986, one of my favorite years for heavy metal. And of course, thanks to Alex Hoover, this is a big Of Mice and Men haul right here. So he definitely saved me money right there. Next is Stradivarius Eternal. And then Psalm 9, Cool. Another 1984 album, and then most recently Rise of Akhenaten by Sirius Black. Very underrated band. Check them out if you haven't already. Next is another super under the radar band, Assignment, Inside of the Machine. From 2013. And then there's the post-Halloween albums, Unisonic and, well, the 2 Unisonic albums, and you got Wolfheart right here. And then a thrash metal band I discovered as soon as around like 2015 when I was going through iTunes Radio, Fueled by Fire, Spread the Fire. Damn good thrash album right there. And of course, another underrated thrash album is Hyrax, Barrage of Noise. I got this when I was in Portland, Oregon. And then next you've got Hope in Hell by Anvil, Juggernaut of Justice by Anvil as well as War Without End. Those last 3 CDs right here I got in Cleveland, Ohio. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one of many updates I have to make. Take the best care. Have a nice one. Spacing out. Yo! As of recording this video, it's election time, so I'm just gonna give myself a nice little distraction by updating my CD collection. The Surface, Bare Tooth, and Heaven and Hell by Sum 41. Hard Reset by The World Alive. Most of this is courtesy of Alex Hoover, and as well as Dealing with Demons by Devil Driver. The Wretched, The Ruinous by Unearthed, one of the best metalcore bands from Massachusetts, ID8. Truth Killer from Seven Dust. And of course, let's get into some obscurity. Forced Entry, Uncertain Future. And of course, the newest album by Insuperium. I think this is a pretty sick album for 2024. Winter Storm. Really damn good album. And of course, you can thank my Polish friend Krauser for introducing me to this particular band through his power metal playlist that he showed me. Steel Attack. Mankind Fails. Although it was the song Guardians that he introduced me to, but it's not off this album. It's still a pretty kick-ass album I highly recommend. And of course, the latest by Hammerfall, Avenge the Fallen. And of course, here is, yeah, this is the latest by Jopper Cowboy, Moon Healer. Get this one listen, and Rebecca Sassal by Dark Throne. And last but not least of this pile, Vault of Horrors by Aborted. Hello, 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 I have more. Metal on Metal by Anvil. You thank Rockman for introducing me to these fuckers. I even shook the front man's hand. Back in July, actually. Next is Alice in Chains' 2018 album, Inner Fog. And of course the latest by Suffocations. Hymns from the Apocrypha. Tales of Terror by Hollow's Eve, a classic thrash album from the 1980s. Of course, a classic heavy metal album called Death or Glory by Heavy Load. That one kicks all sorts of ass. And of course, this pile right here, Saxon. Destiny. Rock of the Nations from 1986. The glammiest album to their catalog, Innocence is No Excuse. And, of course, their earlier material, Saxon itself and Strong Arm of the Law. Finally, I boosted up my Saxon catalog. Hello, I'm going through some CDs that I have yet to update, and it's been too long since I did one of those pickup videos again. And I still have yet to put together 3 other clips from last year. So there's going to be a fuck ton of importing to do, as my CDs that I have yet to update have been piling up, and I've been procrastinating for far too long. And these CDs, by the way, are not in order, so I don't think this will be a cohesive sorting. First, I'm going to go with Miles Kennedy, Ear to the Tiger. Then, by his other bandmate from Alter Bridge, Tremonti's, How Us Showed. The end was showing us how. They did it backwards. Weird. And Wasting Light from Foo Fighters. And here's the Sky, the Earth, and All Between by The Architects. Most of these CDs, by the way, were provided from Hoover, which is why the stacks inflated pretty precipitously. Just to give you all the information. Linkin Park's From Zero. Man. Fargus. So much stuff to go through, so sorry if I'm like speed running through it. Nothing more. The latest album that features Disturbed and I Prevail. Devil Driver's Beast. From when I was a middle schooler. And here is Magdalia Murder. Rest in peace, Travis, by the way. And then here's the latest by All That Remains, Anti-Fragile. And here's another classic. Well, not another classic, but a classic by The Offspring, Rise and Fall, Rage and Grace. And here's Seether's The Surface Seems So Far. And here's Through Storms Ahead by As I Lay Dying. And here's Unleash the Archer's latest album, Phantoms. And here's Yes's 90125 album. This is going to be a lot of shit to import. And here's two albums from a very underrated 1980s glam band, Vices by Kick-X, and Welcome to the Club by Kick-X. You know, the much heavier and crunchier glam from their first wave. And not that I hate the second wave, it just got a little bit only a little bit wimpier in contrast to bands like Wasp or, well, really just early Icon. I still loved Icon from the second wave, but Icon absolutely slapped the first wave. And here's Kings of Metal by Manowar. XYZ. Clear Cold Beyond, the latest by Sonata Arctica. Gates to Purgatory, a classic by Running Wild from 1984. And here's White Sisters from 1984. Forbidden Evil by the band Forbidden. And here's some out of case albums I got. Troll Slayer by Windrose. And of course the first album by Defiance. And here's the deluxe edition of Star Wars The Phantom Menace, or Ultimate Edition of the Star Wars Phantom Menace album. Alright, don't know when I'm going to put the clips together, but enjoy what you got for now. Peace.